What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. I appreciate you guys so much. For any of you that have subscribed already, thank you. You are helping a married guy game more. For those of you that are new viewers and you haven't subscribed yet, or maybe you're a returning viewer and on the fence about subscribing, just know that it's free. It's free for you to subscribe to the channel, and it helps me out greatly. It helps keep me motivated. And like I've mentioned in previous videos, the more subs I have, the more likely it is that my wife will let me game. So help a married guy out here, all right? What we're going to talk about today in this video is stats. Stats are so important, and understanding your stats can improve your gameplay tremendously. Trust me when I say that. When you can take a look at all of the numbers and you can see how your gameplay is shaping up, you're able to pinpoint different avenues and then make adjustments to your gameplay to improve your stats. And by improving your stats, you can improve the way that you help your team, right? In effect. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the ability to rewatch your games and the ability to watch the top players. Now, I know you can hop on Twitch or you can watch streams here on YouTube, but there are ways to just replay games from people that you like to watch, or you can sift through and then easily find people playing the heroes that you like to play. So you can specifically watch that gameplay. To do that, all you have to do is click on the tab on the top right of the screen, your little ID icon, and then you go into history and I will show you how to do that. All right, we are in my history right now, and we're just going to click on this game here. I kind of went off in this game as Rocket. I had a lot of assists, just in general, assists on kills and assists due to the healing and a very high heal count. This was a great game for me. So of course I picked this one, right? So I can show off my stats a little bit. But this is where you can go back and look at your game stats. And within this stats section, you're also able to watch your game back. And this applies to other players as well, like I mentioned before. Now, these stats are pretty good to look at. It's just like a good overview from the game, but it's not the full stats, okay? There's another way to see way more statistics than this from your gameplay. But before we do that, we're gonna hop into the leaderboard here and I'll show you what I mean about the other players. In the leaderboard tab, which is right next to history, you can see all the top players. Some of them have private profiles, so you can't watch their games back, but the number one, as of the time of making this video, it's not private. I'm able to actually just click on that and go into history and see games played. So let's just click on this game, for example. This is such a powerful tool because not only are you able to look at your games and like recall what's going on and watch them back so you can pick out your mistakes or look at how you could have done things differently, you are able in this circumstance to not only see the stats of the top players, you can rewatch their games. Just bump my light. You can rewatch their games, and you can also look at the compositions. Who are they playing with? What do these teams look like, and how do they perform? And even though we picked one person here to click on, when we go in to watch this game, you can cycle through every single player in this lobby, which is really cool because let's just say, for example, you click on this account within the leaderboard, and it turns out it's private. Well, he's in this game, and this game isn't private because this person's profile is not private. So you could still watch from his perspective. It's pretty cool. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, which is probably the most important aspect, is the other way to look at your stats. There's a website called Tracker Network. I'll put the link in my caption for you so you can easily find that. And that's where you can look up your stats, your friend's stats. They can be set to private as well, but you're able to look those things up and then you can see in far more detail what your gameplay looks like. So I'm going to bare my soul to you and let myself become vulnerable by showing you all of my stats. All right, so this is my Tracker Network. I have it set to just competitive right now. You can do all modes. You can just do quick match. You can change the season as well up here. And there's even a little stats, more stats section here. It's not going to show on the screen if I click on it, but it'll pop up another little like column where it shows like tons of stats, like how many triple kills you've had, how many quadruple kills you've had, pentas, all that. And in far more detail, you can get this massive list of stats. So these are the stats that we're going to talk about right now. And yes, my win percentage is quite poor. And the reason for that is just that I play a lot of solo queue. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's not an excuse. Certainly I could play, better maybe and help that win percentage. But when you play solo queue and competitive, it's not just about, the issue is that it's not just about you didn't play well, like you could have done better. It's that unfortunately this community is pretty toxic right now. I don't know what's going on with it, but like, yes, we have some games where it's like it's just straight up not winnable, or games where it was like a really good game, it was really competitive, and it was a tough game to like to fight against the other team against. Both teams are very good and you end up losing. But unfortunately, there are a lot of games where people quit. People are just spending all game typing in chat and complaining. There are people just being super toxic. There are people hiding in base and throwing the game, or just not being helpful. Yeah, I still see people sometimes in games picking healers and not healing. Like that whole mentality of the support strike is still very real. So unfortunately, there are a lot of losses that just come from people throwing the game, but it is what it is. The most relevant stat for me that I really care about, I don't really care about my win percentage because I'm in solo queue. If I had a full team, I would care, but I don't. So I don't care. I care about my KDA. This is how I can look at my stats and look at my games and say, I'm doing the most that I can, right? I've got a decent kill count, but these are assists, right? And then deaths, I have a low death count, and I have a very high assist count. And this is because of healing, right? I've done a massive amount of healing in season 2 already in competitive. And that attributes to this. I'm in the top 9% for my KDA ratio, but I'm in the bottom 7% for my win ratio, which is pretty funny. This is kind of what I look at, because if you have a low KDA ratio, then this is something, it doesn't matter what role you play. A low KDA ratio, it basically means that you're dying too often, because the more deaths you have, the more that this destroys this ratio, you having a potential of having a high KDA ratio. So if you are dying a lot, I mean, that's just something that should let you know I'm being too aggressive. Maybe I need to work on my positioning a little bit. Maybe I need to change the heroes I'm playing. Maybe I need to be more opportunistic in my attacking or my ult uses or any skill uses in general. This is like a really great indicator to let you know that maybe your approach to the game, maybe your play style needs to be tweaked a little bit. I've talked about this in other videos, and I want to like really kind of hammer this home here. Because I've had some conversations with people in comments about it, and you can disagree with me on this, and that's totally fine. I come from a competitive gaming background. I used to play Halo 2, Halo 3 a lot. I used to play Call of Duty a lot, and I used to play like in the ladders online and in tournaments as well. I have never really held a lot of value for the actual kill, right? The actual like number. For me, it's always been assists. If everybody on the team has a bunch of assists, that means that everybody is contributing to the fight. I would much rather have 3 people attacking one person and all 3 of us get assists and I don't even get the kill. I don't care about that. What's important is that everybody is helping, right? And this is a really important thing to understand. I said in a video that last kills are basically assists as well. Somebody disagreed with me, and that's fine. In theory, they're kind of it's still part of the assist mentality for me personally. And I get it. You don't want to take a kill away from somebody or lessen the value of finishing it. But the thing is, unfortunately, right now in games, when you lose and somebody has a high last kill count or they have a high kill count here, they have this mentality of I carried and we lost. I did as much as I could. You guys are terrible, whatever. You hear it all. But the thing is, like, this number it's a damage assist. This is not a kill. It's just a damage assist. These are healing assists. This means one of 3 things. Either you soloed, you got a headshot, or you just got the last hit, okay? If 3 people are focusing down, let's just say Thing, for example, 3 people are focusing down Thing, and somebody's going to get that last hit. That doesn't mean that you got the kill. It means you just finished the effort. The other 2 people also shooting at it are massive contributors to being able to take down a tank like that. So what I want to do is just pull up an actual gameplay here. We're looking at the same game from the one I pulled up within Marvel Rivals, so I can show you what I mean about the last kills. Okay, here are the post-game stats. You'll notice that it looks a little bit different. It shows, in detail the rank situation as far as like your points and stuff, but it breaks down what the last kills are. And this is very important, okay? Because this tells you how these last kills came about. The Hawkeye on our team performed super well. He had a very high last kill count, as he should. As the character that he is playing, he should have a high last kill count, but this breaks down where those came from. So you know he soloed 8 people. He got 5 headshots that resulted in elimination, and he got 23 last kills. So this is him it's just the cherry on top. It's just that last hit that gets the elim, and that's amazing. Somebody's got to do it, right? I don't want to devalue that effort. He's not doing all the work. And I'm not bringing him up because he was like toxic or anything. It was like a totally fine game. Nobody was like being rude or crazy in this game. But this is just a way of knowing exactly where that comes from. And I think that that's really important because I know we've all heard it. You lose a game, somebody on your team, doesn't matter what role it is, they have a high kill count. This one here we're talking about, right? They have a high kill count. This is just assists. These are damage assists. Maybe they have a high last kill count and they're like, oh, I carried, like you guys are bad, whatever it is. You can go onto the Tracker Network website and you can look at the stats and say, okay, I mean, I wouldn't say this is a carry. This is a job well done. If he had 23 solos, I'd say, holy crap, you did extremely well. 23 solos are part of your last kill count as Hawkeye. Like, that is nuts. You are like crazy aggressive and crazy good. I'm not saying that 8 isn't great. It's the best of the team. And I'm not trying to say these stats aren't good, right? I'm not trying to say he didn't play well. He played extremely well. This was a great game. But I'm just saying you can analyze these and you can break this down and have it make a little bit more sense. So this is just a very important website, I think, to spend some time on. So what I want to do is end this video by challenging you guys to take some time out of your day, like when you're about to play for the night, maybe just watch one of your games back to open up the night, right? Check it out, look at how you played, take note of when you made mistakes or how things could have been a little bit better, or maybe you could have made a different choice, or maybe a hero choice would have been more effective at that point in time. Use the tools that we have to analyze your own gameplay so that you can constantly better yourself. You can watch your games, you can watch the top players' games, you can watch, any of the people in the lobby, so you can check different perspectives and you can look at how other people play different heroes and you can learn from that. And then you can look at your stats here on the Tracker Network website, and then you can analyze your personal game very much in detail, and then that will help you learn how you can improve. So I want to challenge you guys to do that. I watch my games all the time. I look at the Tracker Network all the time, and it helps me to understand how I can perform better and therefore help my team better. So I'm going to conclude the video with that. Take some time to do this and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.